Hi everyone. In this clip, I want to talk about IRB proposal. All right. So if you decide to um, conduct a study and publish the result, so for example, you want to submit to a conference, um, then you need to come out a proposal and submit it to IRB for their review. They want to make sure you don't kill people, right? Your procedure is ethical. Now, so this clip, we want to go a little bit into detail of that. Now, the first one is, let me show you the website of the IRB. So first, you go to this Western New Mexico University website, and then you go to search and type in IRB. The first one about IRB, right? You click on that one, and it has all this necessary information about IRB. Now, if you are seriously thinking about conducting and then publishing your research, the first thing you need to do is to go through a training. So you come to this investigator guidelines. You click on that, they will lead you to this website. You click on this website, and this is the training, online training. It will take you around about 1 hour, okay, without some, along the way you have, it will give you some questions, multiple choices. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is download register. Okay, so I'm not going to do that, I have that. Now after the training is complete, then it'll give you a certificate that looks kind of like this. Okay, your name and then the date you completed, and the certificate I think is good for about 3 years, I think. Okay. What's annoying is it will not give you this, the file. You'll have to take a screenshot and then copy paste or make it a JPG file. Anyway, if you are serious thinking about doing that, go through a training and publish your work, then let me know. Okay. So now, after you complete the training, then you have you already have an idea. I want to do a research. Then the next step is you need to submit a form, a proposal. Right? Now this is kind of like how the proposal. Okay, actually, let me go to the link, show you. All right, so now the link comes up. It actually looks like this. So this is an online submission. But I would suggest you to work on this proposal on a Word file. And after you complete everything, then you submit it online. All right. This is my study this year. If you want, I can email you this file so you can see how it works. But basically, there's some questions that you have to answer, of course. There's an instruction, take a look. And then the first big question will be your name. If you are the first author, put in your name. And your title, of course, you're probably a student, given the room number, your phone number, email, whatever. And then if you're a student, your faculty mentor need to have approved you submitting this IRB. So you leave my name or your mentor's name, right? And your mentor's email address, right? Okay, now the second question is hey, tell us about a bit about your project, like a title. And the title doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be really in detail. Just giving a brief idea. Now, intended time period of this research, you can give yourself like a couple years. That's no problem. And then there are some sub questions, so A, B, C, D, whatever. So the first one, research assistant, if you have classmates working with you, right? Now, they have to go through the training as well. Okay. Now, proof of training, you need to submit it, copy and paste on this file. Project status. Usually, grant support, we don't have, grant support. You just say, this is not supported by a grant. This is a student research, and it's connected to your study and progress toward graduation because it's a class project. You can just say that. Receive any funding? Usually no any funding. Multiple institutions be used? Usually no. If yes, we need to get their IRB approved as well. Okay, that's about it. Now D, purpose and objective of research. This is the big one. This is what you need to, this is for you to write a literature review. Not only literature review, you also need to give them the reason. Because I'm a past research hasn't done this or done that, so my research want to answer this question, and then you give them a brief hypothesis. Now, how long should it be? See this one, I did a really long. Actually, they don't like to be this long. Okay, about half, to 1/3 of this length is good enough. Okay, and then references, I would say 10 to 15 should be enough. You don't have to like me, write a lot. I just like to mumble. But then you need to tell them the method and procedures, and then something about a participant. Now, at least to tell them like how many participants approximately you want together. How do you recruit the participants? Usually it's genocide students. You just give them extra credit, things like that, right? And maybe you tell them how many male and female students you anticipate. Okay. Now materials. If you use any equipment or measures, right? Then you need to tell them. Usually it's a demographic information, that's the first. And then in my study, I also use some different measures. Now, if you use those measures, tell them the study the measures from, right? And the scale, and also the reliability. All right. Now, the reliability usually can be found in the research right here. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now procedure. I'll tell them the procedure of how do you plan to conduct the study. Consent. How do you get their consent, and how do you debrief? Okay. This probably you can just modify a little bit. Again, if you need this, I can just email you. All right, and then plan for debriefing. Usually, we just attach a form, give it to them, say, well, actually, or if it is some true experiment, then you tell them in person. What's especially important is if it involves a deception, then you need to tell them, what is really is going on. Okay, and then this J is you agree to the condition. Okay, all the rest of it is just straightforward. Okay, so this is just a very quick guideline, a really brief introduction. I know I probably may skip a lot of information. If you need detailed information, contact me, because it cannot be completed in one short video. Okay. Okay, so that's that.